From the Mount Washington Radio Group online newsroom, I'm Gary McKenzie. The senior public safety dispatcher with the Conway Police Department is retiring after 24 years of service. Cheryl Shackley has been dispatch supervisor of a dozen dispatchers since the summer of 1998. With Friday being her last day on the job, she's leaving with mixed emotions, having loved her job and found her career rewarding. But now she says she's ready to move on to a more relaxed lifestyle where she doesn't have to deal with crisis after crisis. Everything at the Conway Police Department goes through the dispatch center. So Cheryl says she's had to multitask, be flexible, make good decisions, communicate well, prioritize, provide directions, use common sense, keep track of patrol officers, firefighters, and rescue personnel, run thousands of license plate checks, and answer phone calls that never stop.
What is the court number, who won the mud football game, to I'm having a heart attack, get me help here fast. We have to be able to just shift gears just as fast as we can. I wouldn't even dare to venture a guess how many license plates I've run. No, you've had a busy day when you go home at night and then you answer the phone, Conway Police, Cheryl speaking. You're still in mode. Yes, that's happened.
Cheryl says her funniest experience was her first Halloween on the job, working alone on a busy night when one of her colleagues played a practical joke on her. The biggest change she's seen has been in communications, things like the evolution of 911, caller ID, and GPS tracking technology that make her job a little easier. After a 6-week period of intensive one-on-one training, where they're trained in dozens of possible scenarios, including radio and phone protocols, and riding along with police officers and firefighters, Cheryl says the dispatchers become the lifeline of the police department, and she will miss it. She's handled lots of tough calls over the years.
It's hard because being local, sometimes when you handle rescue calls, it's people that you know, so you have to dig down deep and you do your job, even though your emotions come into play. I was working the day of the triple homicide. That was a tough one because they're just a huge call, but you just dig down and you do what you need to do and you go back and you just handle it.
Now Cheryl looks forward to swimming, taking some golf lessons so she can join her husband Leon on the links, and spending more time with her daughter. The Conway Daily Sun says the Conway Planning Board has extended conditional approval for a proposed hotel project at the former Fandangles restaurant site on Route 16 in North Conway. The Sun says approval for the site, set to expire last week, has been extended for another 6 months to give Jamson Hotel Management time to develop a 3-story, 77-unit hotel and restaurant on the 2.5-acre site just north of Eastman Road. The former restaurant, a member of the Valley Originals group that was run by Wally and Beth Campbell, was destroyed by fire in 2007. In Maine news, lawmakers will hear from members of the public on bills designed to make college more affordable. The Education and Cultural Affairs Committee holds a public hearing today on a bill from Assistant Senate Republican leader Roger Katz that directs Maine schools to study a pilot program being developed in Oregon that makes college tuition free for students who agree to pay back the state after they graduate and get a job. Independent candidate for Governor Elliott Cutler is expected to testify in favor of the bill. Another bill the committee will take up today would have the state develop a strategy for reducing higher education costs. Under that bill, sponsored by Senate President Justin Alfond, the state would examine the Oregon model and others. In sports and college women's hoops, number 1 UConn beat Temple 93-56 last night. Brianna Stewart scored a career-high 37 points. The Boston Bruins beat the Florida Panthers 6-2 last night. It was goalie Tim Thomas's first return to Boston as a Panther. And the New York Knicks avenged an embarrassing home loss with a 114-88 win over the Boston Celtics last night at Madison Square Garden. In the weather today, partly sunny, highs 14 to 21. Light winds becoming west around 10 miles per hour this afternoon. Wind chill values as low as 12 below zero this morning. Partly cloudy tonight, cold with lows around 6 below to 2 below zero. West winds around 10 miles per hour in the evening, becoming light. Wind chill values as low as 16 below. And partly sunny Thursday, highs in the mid-20s. From the Mount Washington Radio Group online newsroom, I'm Gary McKenzie.